What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 10 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. Working our way through my 5 rental teams for the month. Today we are using Groudon. This is kind of the less serious team of the month. I just thought it'd be really funny to see how many annoying Pokemon I can throw on one team, and this is kind of what I came up with. So the main hitter of this team is going to be Groudon. You are using a pretty standard set with Heat Crash and Precipice Blades. I did opt for Substitute just in the event that there is going to be a lot of cycling with things like Incineroar, so having that flexibility is really great. Next up, the kind of stars of the show are going to be Chansey, Shedinja, and Ditto. Like I said, I wanted to see what kind of ridiculous shenanigans we can go with. I think Shedinja works better on a Kyogre team more than anything. Being able to mitigate that fire weakness is really nice, but like it still works out really well here. It deals with a lot of the big four, so having that option with Groudon is great. Chansey being able to pretty much soak any sort of special hit is great. Like I said, it really helps against a lot of things like Calyrex and stuff that just tends to give Groudon some trouble. And then finally Ditto with the Choice Scarf. You see a Zacian you really like and you said, hey, I really want one. Now's your chance to get one. So wrapping up the team, we do have Choice Banded Urshifu as well as Tapu Fini. This is a similar variant of the Reshiram version. I just made this one slightly more offensive with the idea that I want to get damage up with that Tapu Fini. We do still have access to Grass Knot, Nature's Madness, and Moonblast. We are going to be faster than Groudon as well, meaning that we can get off Nature's Madness first and then go for big Precipice Blades, which I thought was really huge. And finally, we do have Banded Urshifu. This thing hits just like an absolute truck. We are almost 252 attack adamant, which means we are going to be one-shotting things like Kyogre. So in the sun, like we are going to survive, we are going to KO them back. So I just thought, you know, let's go with it. Let's make this a little bit bulky, but overall really aggressive. This can also survive a Heat Crash from standard Groudon, which I thought was the most important calc, being able to KO it back. So we do have the code on the screen, and hopefully we can get some good battles. And with that, let's just get rocking and rolling and move into the first game. Battle number 1, and I just realized there is no Focus Sash on Shedinja. So that's going to be exciting. But looking at our opponent's first team, it is going to be Calyrex Ice, Indeedee, Lurantis, Jellicent, Incineroar, and Stack Attacka. Shedinja's really good here. I like Urshifu Groudon with Tapu Fini and Shedinja. Oh, that's so bad. I totally didn't realize that. I'm gonna have to fix that and add a new rental code in a little bit. But you know, we're gonna see how well we can do with no item on Shedinja. We can pretend it's safety goggles. That was my bad. That was 100% my bad. I didn't realize that there was no. You know what? We'll see how it goes. If this goes well, we'll use this battle. If not, like, we won't, and none of you will know any better. I do have to obviously update the video. Oh, that's... I can't believe that. Okay, that's fine. We'll see how it goes. All right, big unit. Let's see kind of what you got. I think this is probably my best bet into whatever they have to offer, as we will see Jellicent Incin. So this is fine. You can only fake out into one spot. We are going to significantly reduce your damage, right? We are going to significantly reduce Water Spout with the Sun. We can go just straight for a Precipice Blades and a Wicked Blow, right? I care way more about stopping Trick Room than I do about KOing Incin. I don't think Incin's too much of an issue here. So I'm going to, like I said, Wicked Blow here, as well as go for Precipice Blades. This should be able to KO Incin. Like I said, we should expect to see, I would guess, a fake out into Urshifu. That makes sense because Precipice Blades is going to be inaccurate. We are going to miss Incin, which RIP. We will at least get good damage onto the Jellicent. Over half, I'll take that, as Trick Room will come up. We can now... I'm going to... What? I'm still going to Wicked Blow here. I'm going to Close Combat here and go for Precipice Blades. I think without Incin should be your only answer into Shedinja, even if we don't have a Focus Sash. That's really bad. We will see the strength sap from Groudon. That's fine. That actually means that Jellicent can survive, which is less than ideal. Precipice Blades will come out. I'm hoping it's enough for a KO. It does really good damage onto instant, so we will be able to KO with this post combat. We will take this very comfortably. We do have enough defense investment to survive. Post combat is going to come out. I still can't get over the fact that... Okay, so what happens now? You have Jellicent. It knows what. We saw Strength Sap, Water Spout, or we assume Water Spout, Trick Room. The question is, do you have Will-O-Wisp? Or do you have not Will-O-Wisp? Very, very logical. Lurantis comes in. Lurantis might have a way to hit Shedinja. I'm going to bring out Shedinja anyway. You should have Night Slash. And I want to protect Groudon. I can't believe Shedinja does not. Oh god, that's such a my bad kind of moment. Don't worry, we will still be able to use this team. I'm just going to grab it from the box and just slap on all the right items. We will see a superpower perfect into Shedinja, as we will see a Strength Sap come out onto Groudon. Perfectly fine with me. I can Will-O-Wisp. I'm going to go for a Protect, and I'm going to Heat Crash into Lurantis. I feel like it should still KO, even at... oh no, we'd bet -2. But we will see a superpower into Groudon. That's fine. I'm guessing we will see a Will-O-Wisp. Okay, Shadow Ball come out from the Jellicent, which is totally fine with me. We are finishing off this Trick Room as still really good damage. I'll take that. How many turns of Trick Room are left? There's one turn of Trick Room. I'm going to Ally Switch and Heat Crash into Lurantis. I could also let Shedinja have gone down with the idea that that lets me bring out Urshifu freely. But we will see a Leaf Blade. Perfect. I mean, this team is designed to not be good. It's not going to hit into Shedinja, which actually is a little bit tricky for me. Groudon's going to take absolutely nothing from that, which is lovely. We love to see that. Heat Crash going to come out. Really good damage onto the Lurantis, picking up the KO. And so the thing is now what? We wanna swap out into Tapu Fini, guarantee that we can survive a hit. We know that you have to... What? You could protect Calyrex and then just be like really shocked when I go down. I think that's fine, right? If you protect Calyrex, that means that we will have Urshifu out. No, because I want to bring out Fini. That's still fine, right? Yeah, so we switch out into Fini here, and we go for... Nope, wrong button. We go for a Will-O-Wisp on a Calyrex. That way we can... Oh, wow, that was... It's early. It's so early. Oh my god, I just went for... Oh god. Please KO my Shedinja. I can't believe I just clicked Will-O-Wisp. It's not a good morning. It's fine. You know, that just happened. It really just did. Jellicent is hanging out. We will see a Trick Room. At this point, very much would like to Nature's Madness Calyrex. I'm gonna go for a Protect. I'm gonna wallow in self-pity. It's fine. Urshifu wins this endgame 100%. We will get a Protect off on Shedinja. I can't see Calyrex dealing too much damage into Fini. We will see a high horsepower. This is gonna do a little bit more than I would have liked. The big question is, do I assume that you have weakness policy on Calyrex? That was good damage. I'll take that. I say because it's exactly half and I knew what was going to happen. It doesn't look like you have anything to trigger a policy. I can Moonblast. I'm going to Moonblast you, and I'm going to Shadow Sneak you. If this is policy, this is really bad. Very good damage. No animation. No animation is perfect. We will survive the hit with Feeny. We should, right? Yeah, given the leftovers, I'm assuming we survive. You could double up Feeny. That's good damage. I'm hoping you Shadow Ball here. Oh, into Feeny. Into Feeny. Feeny is going to survive. I'm guessing you assumed that I was going to go for a Protect this turn, as Calyrex is one hit away from gone. We do have a free... How many turns? Okay, there is 2 turns of Trick Room left. I can Protect here and Shadow Sneak Calyrex. That's fine. I think that that's still fine. We will have Urshifu in the endgame. That's legit. You're going to hit into me and be like, where is the Focus Sash? God, I hate this game sometimes. Shadow Sneak comes out. You will survive. We're going to say it's safety goggles. You didn't hit me with a knockoff. Oh, into Feeny. Into Feeny. Okay. Okay. We'll take that. That means we have a free Shadow Sneak into Calyrex. So we can then go for a Nature's Madness here, as well as a Shadow Sneak onto Calyrex. That should, yeah, that's gonna to close it out. I'm gonna go get Groudon with, or I'm gonna go get Shedinja with a Focus Sash. I'll be right back, and hopefully we'll have an updated rental team before this video goes out. So I'll see all of you shortly. All right, battle number 2, and it is Calyrex Shadow. It is Calyrex Shadow Tapu Lele with Serena, Regieleki, Urshifu, and Incineroar. So this is really good for Shedinja. Shedinja and Chansey are both really good here, as is Urshifu. We do have to obviously be very cognizant of Lele. I could honestly just... I could do Chansey... Chansey Shedinja is not a bad lead. No, Chansey Groudon with Urshifu Ditto, I think, is more important. Shedinja is really nice, but we do have to potentially worry about Urshifu. We do have to worry about Incineroar, potentially Lele, and Calyrex hitting into it. Whereas Chansey just kind of hits hard. Let's do this. I really have to be cognizant of that Lele. Lele, I think, is going to give me the most trouble. Mainly because it means that you can go for a double up in a Groudon turn 1. And I don't actually know that defensive calc off the top of my head in terms of how it does. As we will see Serena next to Calyrex. Chansey, I think, is fine here. Serena could go for a high jump kick. You might... I feel like you would Psyshock if you had it. I'm going to go for a minimize. And... I'm going to Precipice Blades. Worst case, I get a free switch into a Ditto. As it will just be an expanding force. We should be able to take that super, super well. Revealing the Life Orb. As Precipice Blade's going to come out. Oh, we missed Calyrex. We missed Calyrex, which is super, super bad. Power Whip going to come out into Chansey. We are going to be able to survive that. We will get a minimize off. So the question now is, can we get up a soft boiled? I think if we get up a soft boiled, we're going to be in great shape. So we can hit this, and then I'm going to Heat Crash into Calyrex. Oh, I can't believe we missed that. Missing that was such a big deal. We are going to see a swap out from Serena, which is great, but it is Tapu Lele, so something definitely to be cognizant of. But at the same time, if you knock out Groudon, we do get a free switch in to our, what is it called? Our Ditto, as an Expanding Force is going to come out. They are going to miss Chansey. I don't think this should KO Groudon. Groudon, 30 is more than 0. That's super great for me. I will be able to get off this big Heat Crash onto Calyrex to, nice, pick up the KO. Super good. Still a little bit tricky, but that is fine, right? Chansey is going to recover up a good amount. So we do still have Ditto in the back as well as our Shifu. Lele shouldn't be able to do too much into Chansey at this point, especially now that we have a soft boiled, as we will see Serena come out. I'm going to go for another minimize and go for, I'm going to Heat Crash in this Serena. I'm not super worried about it, and it looks like they're unfortunately going to cancel. I think that is just kind of some of the things of running this strategy, but it is what it is. I'm guessing, you know, sometimes it's just not worth playing, and that's it. And yeah, I haven't used this team in game, but real quick second one. So yeah, let's quickly take a look. Life Orb Calyrex, Mudshot I think is really cool tech. We will see Psychic Surge Lele with the Choice Scarf. Yeah, so anything they really locked themselves into was not going to hit Chansey. We did see Power Whip, Triple Axle. So yeah, nothing really here as well. And then whatever they brought in, we could have just copied, and it was her Shifu. I mean, you had her Shifu. So I think that if you had brought her Shifu Water, you did have the chance to go for a big close combat. But at the same time, like, we also could have copied you, and I think it was a little tricky. But overall, really good, solid second game, real quick one. And let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 3, and it is Palkia. It is Palkia, Entei, Rillaboom, Grimmsnarl with Incin and Tapu Lele. So, what? There are a couple options. Chansey obviously very good into the fact that Palkia is special, but other than that, it's not really doing too much. Feeny great into Palkia, so we definitely want Feeny. We do have to be cognizant of the Rillaboom, but we do have Groudon for that. Chansey is fun. Urshifu doesn't really do enough. I mean, it does hit kind of hard. I'm going to lead Groudon, Feeny. I'm going to bring Chansey in the back, as well as, I could bring Shedinja. Does Shedinja actually do anything? Shedinja just really stops Palkia. Urshifu probably hits a little bit harder. There is a chance you're not actually going for Trick Room. I'm going to bring Urshifu. I think that makes 4 makes the most sense. There are just too many things that have the ability to hit Shedinja, right? You can have Sucker Punch on Grimm. You can have Knockoff on Rillaboom. You have, obviously, Sacred Fire on Entei. You have Flare Blitz on Incin. So it's just, I think this is probably the best bet. We do, obviously, we have to be a little bit cognizant of pretty much everything. But Feeny is a very good answer into Palkia, especially because of the fact that we also do have Nature's Madness. So the big fear is going to be Rilla Palkia, as we will see Palkia Grimm. Palkia Grimm I can work with. This is pretty good for me, right? You don't have a good way of dealing damage into this Feeny pretty much at all. I'm tempted to set up a substitute. I'm going to set up a sub with Groudon. I think this is probably my best bet, right? Like, you don't really want to stay in versus a Feeny. So I'm going to go for a sub, and I'm going to go for a Nature's Madness into the Palkia slot. Even if you want to switch into something to potentially take a Moonblast, like an Entei, it's not going to like getting hit by this. And also just like, it is still going to be good damage regardless. You could set up screens. I'm not super worried about that. What's nice is this lead is super passive. You can't Thunder Wave Groudon, which is a really big deal, so I don't have to worry about paralysis. There's also Feeny to prevent that, so like multiple layers of that. We do see perfect a swap from Palkia. I'm guessing this is Rillaboom. It is going to be, yep, there's Rillaboom. That's awesome for us. As long as you don't have Fake Out on Grimmsnarl, this is actually an incredible turn 1 for me, because we will get the Rillaboom down to 50%, as it is going to be a Fake Out onto... You know, I spoke a little too soon. We will just get really good damage onto Rilla. Obviously, putting it at 50% is never a bad thing. We can just, I think, safely double protect here. We do have our Shifu. I don't want to bring it out prematurely, so we can do this as well as do this, just because of the fact that you do have a fake out. We do have to worry about a potential screen, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue, right? You could just target into Groudon, expecting me to protect or switch out Feeny, but I want to actually stay in. We can then switch out the subsequent turn and go for a really big Heat Crash onto this Rilla, or even set up a sub. No, because if you go for, I want to see, because if you go for a Grassy Glide, right, we won't be able to set up a substitute after. We're not worried about Palkia in the end game. The question though is, what do we want to switch in? We will see a Trick. Trick on a Groudon, kind of scary. As a Wood Hammer comes out on a Groudon. Okay. That's fine. We have our Shifu. We might still outspeed. I'm going to say you're going to double up again. And this is going to let me bring out our Shifu pretty safely. Rillaboom is the only thing I care about at this point. Once Rillaboom is gone, we are going to see a Sucker Punch on a Groudon. That's fine. What? How fast is... Okay, so that's a really fast Urshifu, or not Urshifu, Rillaboom. Given the fact that you were able to outspeed, me. I have to assume, well, I have to assume that I'm faster at this point, right? I have to assume that I am faster with Urshifu than this Rillaboom, because like that's way too much speed investment. We have a really safe Wicked Blow. Yeah, we have a Moonblast onto Grim, as well as a Wicked Blow. I could U-turn. U-turn into Chansey to prevent a Spirit. I'm going to U-turn into Chansey to prevent any sort of Spirit Break. I'm guessing how low Rillaboom is means that I should still be able to pick up that KO, right? This is Bandit. This is Bandit or Shifu. And once that's gone, Chansey's in a really good spot for this end game, right? Like, your main sort of damage dealer into me is KO'd. Feeny is going to just beat the living daylights out of Palkia, especially given the fact that we do have access to Nature's Madness. So like, even if you proceed to Spirit Break me with Rillaboom, with Grimmsnarl, not a big deal. You did, I think, go for a Trick there. I wasn't looking. Please pick up the KO. Boom. Okay, that's huge. That's such a big deal for me. This gives me a free switch in into Chansey, which I think should be fine at this point. We are just a little bit cognizant. I'm assuming you went for Trick. Given the fact that whatever you went for is fine. We will get a Moonblast off. This should do really good damage on a Grim. Almost enough for a KO. And what? Palkia? Palkia can't touch Chansey at this point. I do obviously have to be a little bit worried about Spatial Rend, but like, that's not going to touch Feeny. As Entei comes out. Entei is still scary. We Nature's Madness here. And I'm going to Seismic Toss Grim. I'm going to go for a Minimize. You might just be trying to bait me out. We can survive a Sacred Fire for sure. So we do have the KO with Urshifu. I just need to be able to bring it out safely. Especially with the sun gone. Like, that's not an issue. So putting you in range of Sucker Punch, of, what's it called? Of the hit is a really big deal. As we do see Fake Tears come out from Grimmsnarl, which suggests to me special. As Sacred Fire comes out, that's a decent chip of damage. As we do just get off a really big Nature's Madness. That puts Entei pretty low. As we will set up our first Minimize. Definitely in range of Urshifu at this point. We will also get rid of the Sunlight. So what I want to do is I'm going to try to Moonblast here, and I'm going to go for a soft boiled. Right, at this point, Entei is not going to be doing too much to either of my Pokemon. Yeah, we are risking getting hit by a Sacred Fire, but it's going to do less because there is no Sun. So that should let me get up a recovery, and then from there we will be able to KO Grimmsnarl. Palkia is not going to be able to do too much to either. We do have Urshifu to deal with Entei at this point. So it's just going to be, I think, about positioning correctly. Right, we are going to see a Trick come out. Chansey is going to avoid, which is huge. Sacred Fire comes out onto Feeny, which I guess potential switch into Grimmsnarl. I mean, not into Grimmsnarl, into Entei. But we will be able to hit this Grimmsnarl with a Moonblast to pick up the KO there. And that's going to force out Palkia, as we will just be able to get a soft boiled up with Chansey. And what that means is we are burning through your PP, and we can go for... Oh, we're almost back to full at this point. That's great. A little unfortunate that you did miss, but I mean, that is part of the game we play. We are at -2 with special defense because of the fake tears, but Palkia is going to be brought in, and I'm trying to think of what is the best option. It is pressure Palkia. I'm going to go for a protect as well as just a second minimize to get myself a little bit bulkier, and it looks like they are going to cancel. We were, I think, in a really good position. We were going to be able to survive a Sacred Fire and then KO back there Entei with a Wicked Blow, so I wasn't worried about that. And then I can't see any way in which Palkia is going to beat Tapu Fini in the endgame. But given how short that was, let's just play one more to close out the episode. All right, last battle of the day, and it is Solgaleo, and a pretty scary one at that. It is Solgaleo, Mimikyu with Indeedee, Stakataka, Wimmy, and Mamoswine. So what? Solgaleo can ignore Shedinja, but at the same time, we still can burn it. So, like, not horrible. Urshifu, obviously very good here. A little cognizant of Mimikyu, but other than that, like, I'm fine to go with Urshifu, Groudon, with Ditto potentially, and I mean, Shedinja, like I said, isn't ideal, but there is just the fact that it has a Focus Sash, and it does have Will-O-Wisp, which can be a really big deal. Feeny, not really going to like a Sunsteel Strike. I'm going to bring it more just because I feel like I have to, less than anything. Like I said, Sunsteel Strike, it does ignore Wonder Guard, so we are going to at least be brought down to our Focus Sash. We also do have to worry about things like Stakataka, but I mean, we do have Groudon, so like Stakataka shouldn't be too scary. We do have the ability just to Wicked Blow into them as hard as we can. So one thing about this team is, like, you are guaranteed to bring at least Chansey, Ditto, or Shedinja, which can cause some potential issues in the long run. As we will see Solgaleo and Indeedee. Solgaleo and Indeedee is fine, because I can just hit you very, very hard, even if you want to go for a Protect. Or even if you follow me, like, we will get rid of Indeedee. The fear is what? A potential... There is the fear of a potential triggering of a weakness policy, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue, because Solgaleo only has single target attacks, so we can Wicked Blow here, as well as go for... I could sub. I really want to substitute. I'm just going to Precipice Blades. I don't really have a reason not to. This looks like a Trick Room team, so I can't even see the benefit of, like, them being faster than me. We will see a follow me. That's fine. We know that you're not Focus Sash. So, what? Wicked Blow definitely will pick up the KO, which means as long as we hit... Yeah, as long as we hit... This is going to be a single target, what's it called? A single target Precipice Blades, which oh, okay, you're faster. Zen Headbutt comes out into Groudon. Groudon takes absolutely nothing, as P-Blades will come out, single target into Solgaleo. Down to, it looks like a Focus Sash. Okay, so it is a Focus Sash. Oh, just kidding, it is a weakness policy. But that's not a big deal. We do have Wicked Blow with Urshifu, and we have seen we are faster, so not too much of an issue there. We can kind of just go for a quick boop here, as well as I'm going to go for a sub here. You could just set up a Trick Room, right? That is an option to bring out like a Stack Attacka, and then okay. Okay, that is bad. I did not expect that. Okay, place on the left. We'll copy, okay, we will copy your Solgaleo, with Shedinja. Or with Ditto. We can ignore the Sunsteel Strike, KO Mimikyu. Oh, that's bad. That is, I'm gonna ally switch here, and I'm gonna Sunsteel Strike into Mimikyu. You can't go for a Shadow Sneak. We will see a Protect on Solgaleo. That's totally fine. I don't actually care about Solgaleo at all right now. I want to just preserve my stuff. We will see Sunsteel Strike come out. This should KO Mimikyu. Boom. Love to see that. That's really great for us. We will now be faster. We do have a guaranteed hit into their Solgaleo. And the question now is, what you have in the back, can it touch Shedinja? As it will be Mamoswine. So maybe. I very much am going to Sunsteel Strike here and go for a Will-O-Wisp onto Mamoswine. We will see, yep, Sunsteel Strike come out. You could, what, have Rock Slide? Rock Slide is scary. Mamoswine does not have Mold Breaker, does it? Don't think it does. We will see a high horsepower hit into Solgaleo. We will go down. So I think as long as we hit this Will-O-Wisp, we should be in a really good position. We do manage to connect with that. Let's just go for a Protect to see if they have something like some sort of... I mean, they could have Rock Tomb, which is obviously going to be really scary, as we can just do this, and then, like I said, see kind of scouting what move they might have to hit, and it looks like they have nothing. So glad we were able to pull out with this team despite having some initial technical difficulties. I will make sure to get the updated rental code, so check the description for that. We will be using some more battles with this team, so look forward to that. I think this is going a lot better than my Zekrom team, so really happy for that. But overall, some fun battles, and until